Okay. Yes, I'm nervous, if you're wondering. I had some really beautiful cards come in earlier, and I thought that might be the end of the message, but I see that it's a big something that's coming through. So I just want to share with you because it's really loving, and I feel that it's important, and it's an exciting time. So I do want to just share what I'm experiencing and what I'm receiving, because you might be experiencing it too, and you're kind of wondering what's going on. So I just want to start. The first card that came through was the otter and the cattail, and it's peace is the message here. There's also a theme of a lot of blue, a lot of light blue, which means deep wound healings, like inner child wounds that we are healing actively. The next one was the dragonfly and pansy, and the message is balance. More of the blue and the white. The purification, like the cleansing of old programs and old weights. The mouse and the buttercup. I just got a new journal today. Well, I just brought out a new journal that my mom bought me yesterday at a market that we were at. And I was doing a bit of free writing on the first page and giving gratitude, and I felt compelled to do a 0 as the beginning. And typically my mind just goes to 1 as the first page, but I was really feeling guided to be aware of the all that is. So that's what the 0 represents to me, is everything being connected. There is no separation. We are completely connected as a human collective. And then I closed it up because I thought I was done. And then I had a very beautiful butterfly come and land on my shirt. So I pulled the butterfly card. And this is the butterfly and snowdrop. And the message is hope. So I also thought that it would be necessary to pull some other cards that were kind of calling out to me in my mind's eye. This one presented itself yesterday, and I had an image when I was looking up at the sun. I saw a bird fly across it, and it reminded me of this card, which is You Are More. I also pulled the butterfly card from my other animal themed deck, and this is Metamorphosis. The No Expectations card is another card that presented itself, and this is the Black Panther, and it's so beautiful. And there are 2 more that came through, and so the next one is Better Than You Can Imagine, which really is a great card to come after the No Expectations, because when we release expectations, miraculous things can come through. And I use that word a lot, but this is what I'm experiencing these days. I am experiencing miracles, miracle after miracle, and it's really amazing to me. And it seems more than ever that the light of our divinity that we all carry within is really shining through, and it's shifting this planet into a more loving place. And I am not unaware that there is suffering. I do understand that there is suffering that we are experiencing as a whole collective. Everyone at this moment is suffering in some way, and I'm not blind to it. So I do give love, and I project peace and hope onto this planet, because the best way that we can help one another and ourselves is to imagine the more peaceful state that we wish to be in, the more loving, harmonious experience that we wish to be in, that we want to raise our children in, that we want to experience daily. And this is something that we are meant to cultivate and to manifest and to create, and we are doing that right now. So Better Than You Can Imagine was another one that came through, and I love it so much. And the last one was The Illusion. And this is very important, especially right now, because we're going to see a lot of things that make us believe that there is no hope, that we should be resorting to violence and hate with one another. And it's just not the truth. It's not the truth. When we focus on fear and we focus on anger, and anger is a good thing. Anger is a good indicator, and it tells us what we will no longer allow for ourselves, for our neighbors, for our brothers and our sisters. And it is a teaching energy, and it's our decision how we want to transmute or alchemize that energy of anger, and how we are going to let it fuel us. So I want to read through these first, and just bear with me. I'm just kind of letting things flow and trying to bring this up as best as I can. So I want to start with the otter and cattail, which is again peace. Oh my goodness. Thank you for your patience. That is so funny. Okay, I said thank you for your patience, and guess what? I'm thumbing through this book and this came through. Okay, so I'll pull that card in a bit. Okay. Right. And the otter is right next to the patience page. So, okay. The otter glides through the water with grace and fluidity, a beautiful sight to behold. The otter's playful swim brings calm and joy to those who witness it. The cattail is a symbol of peace and prosperity. It can be used for a variety of domestic purposes, from basket weaving and bedding to home insulation. It is also a nourishing food. You are entering a time of peace and tranquility. Enjoy it, allowing yourself to relax fully. And there are some journal prompts in here that you can take down. And the first question is, do I allow myself to enjoy peace when it finds me? And that's a really big one. I think in the energy of fear and lack that we are separating from, that we are trying to disengage from, anytime I had what I perceived to be a win, I often found myself then feeling excited and then immediately moving into fear that I was going to lose it, that someone was going to take it from me. And I know this is a really common feeling that many of us have experienced, and many of us still experience, because we are undoing these beliefs, we're undoing these patterns, and they have been with us for lifetimes. So it's not an overnight thing, but it is something that we do need to engage with and acknowledge daily, so that we are making conscious steps to free ourselves from that fear of lack, from that fear of having good things that are meant for you to be taken away. These are all illusions, illusions that are given to us when we constantly hear a message of lack. So this is very important. Use your discernment when you are receiving information. And as always, use your discernment with my messages as well. If you are feeling anything but love and peace and hope, then it could be time to, just disengage from the messages that make you feel these things or that bring these up in you. So the next question was, am I struggling needlessly against a strong current? In another card that I pulled, it speaks of understanding when to disengage from something. If you're finding that there is a lot of resistance, you're being met with a lot of resistance, it's a gentle way of being steered into more of what your true purpose and passion is. Many of us have to also disengage from practices that we are doing to give ourselves peace of mind, or we feel that it is giving us peace of mind. We work jobs that we don't like because we feel it gives us security. And the reality is that I do understand the need to generate and stimulate abundance. But this year we are asked to really make sure that we are feeling joy in the things that we are giving our energy to. Just kind of sit with that and feel into what your joy is, what your passions are, and in small steps move towards that. And we are all going to work to relieve ourselves from those chains of lack that we have had implanted, in our minds through repetitive messaging, and move into a peaceful state, because we are meant to go with the flow. We are meant to move with ease and to be joyous and to be free and to have enough mental space to just act on our passions and the things that really bring us joy. So peace. There is a card in my other deck, in my other animal themed deck, and the otter card says surrender to receive, and it talks about the otter flowing freely on its back and not really being worried about what may be beneath. It just flows belly up to the sun with full trust that they are going exactly where they need to go. So channel in that energy. Know that we are meant to be exactly where we are, and we have such power that if we are not happy with where we're at, we can instantly change it. It's possible, and it is your birthright to make these changes and to re-engage with your power that you have within. And the next one I'm going to pull that I'm going to read on is the Dragonfly and Pansy, and it speaks of balance. I'm going to search for this. Do you like Michael Bublé? I've got him playing in my mind right now. Okay. So the Dragonfly and Pansy, balance. This says, perching with a delicate grace, the dragonfly is a symbol of balance. Nimble and attuned as a dancer, it moves effortlessly through the air, shifting direction with ease. Pansies are named for the French word pensée. I'm sorry, I don't speak French. Meaning thought. And were given by the Victorians as tokens of thoughtfulness. Together, the dragonfly and pansy indicate a harmony of thought and action. Like a dragonfly hovering above water, you are healthy and confident. Your physical skill is matched by your mental and emotional strength. Some questions that you can journal to engage more with this message is my attention shared among my various interests and endeavors, or do I tend to favor just one? Another question is, am I satisfied by how I spend my time and energy? How can I build more balance into my life? This is really important. I find myself, even though I am doing something that really brings me a lot of joy these days, getting to create things that are meant to give relief and to give loving aid is really igniting my fire, and I feel very excited. Though I do see that at times I will push myself, even when I'm tired, and there needs to be balance to allow my vessel to rest so it can be in its highest form, so it can be at its most vibrant. And rest is something that everyone and everything in nature takes. So honor your rest when you are called to do it. And once you feel that energy come through to act, then go with the flow of that. Follow the waves, basically. And then I want to read on the Dragonfly card in my other deck. So this says, better than you can imagine. Okay. It's windy. Okay. Before Dragonfly becomes her most authentic self, she spends about 4 years underwater as a creepy little nymph creature. The Dragonfly nymph has no comprehension of her greatness. How could a creature that lives underwater even remotely fathom that there existed an atmosphere she had no perception of, which she would not only live in, but fly in as well? Dragonfly brings a sacred message about your belief in your future self. She says your perception of reality is quite limited and naive, and your image of your future self is incredibly narrow, but that's okay. Just be aware of this. If you have a dream, Dragonfly is telling you that all you have to do is work on it, and life will do the rest for you. Don't try to figure out what it's supposed to look like with your limited perceptions. Don't look at setbacks as the end of the world. They were meant to happen to propel and stretch you. Just keep working on your dream, and life will create something so much bigger than you have the ability to currently understand. Dragonfly's medicine teaches you to first surrender your need for something to be like the limited view in your head. Second, have absolute trust that life will deliver something greater. Third, be patient. Oh my goodness. Last, get excited that something bigger than your dreams is destined for you. That was a lot of loud synchronicity. From the surrendering to receive, which is what the otter tells them, to be open, to allow, so that your blessings may come in. If I can find the card quickly, I'll show it to you. The next one that I thought was really important was the no expectations card that we talked about earlier, because when we try to fit things into a box, we really don't realize that our thoughts are so powerful that we are really shutting down every other option, because we have fixated so much on one way, and we are constantly thinking of it and constantly focusing on it and giving so much energy that we are blocking out our blessings from just coming in. So I think that is very significant and very synchronistic. And be patient. I'm going to pull that. I'll pull that card. I can see that I'm being guided to pull that card. But patience is very important, because it allows us to be in the present moment. It allows us to be present. And it allows us to just go with what is, and to allow things to flow in. And guess what? The veil is so thin right now that things are coming in quickly. So if we can relax ourselves, if we can be at peace, if we can have inner peace, even when there is chaos around us, we can allow these things to come in, because they are trying to get to us just as we are trying to get to it. Our dreams, our manifestations, they want to find us, and we already have them in future experiences and future, our timelines are all happening at the same time. So our dreams want to be in alignment with us, and they are seeking us just as we are seeking them. Okay. Give me just a second. Again, the open palm. Allow yourself to receive. I want to find the surrender to receive card, because it's one of my favorites. And the otter has been a bit significant. Okay. This is the Animal Apothecary deck that I'm pulling from. And the images are so cute. So, Surrender to Receive. That's the one that I was thinking of when I first pulled this. Okay. Let's see. Sorry. Okay. Just want to put these away. And then the next one that came through was the Mouse and Buttercup, Innocence. This one just came through the other day too with a friend. I won't need to fight it. Okay. Like the Fool in the Tarot deck, the Mouse and Buttercup is numbered 0. Both cards mark the start of a journey, and both remind us that we have much to learn. Mice are grounded and innocent, yet anyone who has dealt with a mouse in their house knows they are determined and highly adaptable. The mouse is paired with the humble Buttercup, a symbol of childhood innocence. Have you ever held a buttercup under your chin? According to a centuries-old children's game, if the reflection of the flower glows yellow on your skin, it reveals that you like butter. Busted. You may be embarking on a journey or starting down a new path. Remember that innocence and a lack of understanding are not negative qualities. Instead, they remind us of our capacity for growth, adaptability, and learning. So, like the Fool, we are asked to move ahead, to follow those passions that are calling us. Again, there is some synchronicity there, to follow your joys and to just move ahead and understand that you will be held. You are always held every step of the way, even when it feels like you are not. I promise there is a net and there is love that is guiding you. And you always have the option to open your hand and ask for help, ask for assistance, ask your guides, ask your higher self to guide you, to help you be in alignment with your greatest version of self so that you may be in service to this planet and in service to what is happening right now. This shift in energy that we are calling in, this new benevolent world that we again have been calling in for so long. The time is now. And just like the Fool, just move ahead and you will be held. This is also really significant. As I released what I thought I should be doing and invited in more joyful creation, I realized that the things that I'm doing now, like my crafting, I get to make so many fun things, from lotions to, powders to products for my pets. I feel like a child again. I feel like I am playing with my Easy Bake Oven and I have much better ingredients and much more talent. And it's fun. And it does remind me that even though I felt like I lost something as a child, not being able to be in my innocence, I am reminded that it was never lost, that even though these experiences have been painful, our innocence was never taken. And it is within, and we are able to engage with that, and we can return back to that childlike self and know that us, as the adult version, is now holding space and protecting this innocence, this childlike innocence that we are asked to re-engage with. So being in communion with those two selves, and really all of yourselves, your highest self, allowing yourself to be in communion with all parts of self, can make room for this to come through. Invite your child self to hold your hand and ask them, what would you want to do today? If there were no rules and we could do something. What is it that would make you happy? What would bring you joy? And it's often very simple. As a child, we were entertained by nothing. We could do it by ourselves. We could use our imaginations and take a journey. So this is a great one. I love this card. It's so beautiful. But definitely engage with that inner child that is present. So the next two I'll read is the butterfly in both decks. So this one is the butterfly and snowdrop, and it's a message of hope. The butterfly and snowdrop, two symbols of spring, remind us that winter will soon end and hope is on the horizon. Butterflies develop through metamorphosis, transforming from an egg into a larva, then becoming a pupa or a chrysalis, and finally hatching into an adult. An adult. Please don't bite me. Okay, hold on 1 second. Please, Mr. Ant. I don't want any beef. Okay. The egg stage is so humble, and full-grown butterfly so astounding. The process can feel like magic. The snowdrop has a bit of magic about it as well. It is one of the first flowers to appear toward the end of winter, signifying that brighter, longer days are just around the corner. A period of hardship is coming to a close, and better days are ahead. Take heart in signs of the coming thaw. And some questions, or one question that you can journal is, what gives me hope in times of scarcity? So again, this message of lack that we are working to release, this energy of lack that many of us carry. And there is no judgment. It's like I said, this has been in place for a lifetime. So be gentle with yourself as you're moving through these things, as you're releasing, because it takes time. And that's why patience is so important. And the funny thing is that once we finally decide, okay, I can be patient and I can allow things to unfold, the rate at which your manifestations come in is really shocking and magical, miraculous, as we were talking about earlier. So we've all just come out of a pretty chilly winter, and I know there are still cold days ahead. But this is energetic as well. This is symbolic of something that every one of us is experiencing in some way. Everyone around you is experiencing some type of lesson, some type of hardship. This is why it's so important to see yourself in your fellow man, to see yourself in your neighbor, and to understand that you're not as different as you were convinced to believe. If you can just kind of quiet down those programs that run about how people should be, about how you should be, you will be able to feel your divinity, and it will connect to the divinity of the person standing in front of you, because we all come from the creative source. We all come from this loving energy. And when we allow ourselves to release these judgments and to let down our walls, we can see the light in ourselves, and we can see the light in others. So let me read. I want to read from my other deck, and this one is Metamorphosis, which is really exciting because this is exactly what we're experiencing now. We are going through a period of shedding and ascending and evolving into a balanced, loving, harmonious state, and this is so exciting to me. This is really, really exciting. Okay. For Caterpillar to become the butterfly she's destined to be, she has to commit the most ambitious act of allowing her past self to become annihilated. A radical change is at hand for you as well. As you're asked to step into a fuller version of yourself, Caterpillar says that the cocoon phase is scary and painful, but so worth it. Let go of attachments to your identity and outcomes, again, with the releasing expectation. If something is happening that seems to be impeding your dream, the medicine of this card asks you to understand that it's supposed to be like this. Resisting this moment will only slow you down, and it will slow down the development in your cocoon. Expect challenge and demanding labor of metamorphosis. There will be moments of great pain and not believing you can do it. Give loving acceptance to the old, fearful parts that feel frustrated and trapped. But be clear in your understanding that these feelings are an illusion trying to keep you in the comfort of the known. The old cloak you wore for protection is now ready to be shed. It no longer serves the purpose you once needed it for. Strip away the veils and step into the dark unknown of your fullest potential. You are on the verge of a profound transformation, being asked to live in the end, keeping in mind the beauty, success, and fullness coming for you. You cannot fully fathom how glorious your future self will be because you only know the life of the caterpillar. But you must be steadfast in your faith. The metamorphosis will be complete soon, and something more profound than your deepest desires is awaiting you. Be strong, little caterpillar. Big change is coming for you. Yay, little caterpillar. That is so beautiful. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I've got 3 cards left, and then I'll pull the patience card. Did I read about this one? I'm sorry. Let me see. It's the No Expectations card, and it's the Black Panther. Black Panther represents walking into the dark and exploring the feminine power of allowing development to come from the unknown. So more of the same message of allowing, just like the otter says, to open and allow. Walking into the unknown with no expectations is the key that will open the door to your success. The no expectations medicine of this card strongly advises you to not limit yourself with ideas about how anything will unfold. Life is planning something more delicious than you can currently understand. Something profound is on the horizon for you. Trust life without needing to be the dictator of how and when your manifestation will blossom into fruition. Intense expectation will only inhibit the ability of what is more extraordinary to develop. Take the risk for what you desire without the desperate need to control how it will unfold. A situation you perceive as a failure today may be what leads you to unfathomable success in 3 years. This is why an expectation of how you think things should work is futile. Understand that whatever occurs in your life is meant for your growth. Our misguided steps and our mistakes are our greatest teachers. Taking risks allows divine opportunities to present themselves. Take note if you are met with continuous resistance and rigid expectation. This is a universal sign that another direction is more beneficial. So take a step back and allow the path of least resistance to be revealed. This is not to say you should give up immediately, but it does warn that you may be unaligned with the flow. It may also be a signal that you just need to wait a bit longer. What do you think? She loves the cat card. Black Panther is the queen of facing fears and taking risks to achieve her heart's desires. If you are questioning whether to go forward with an idea that feels totally uncertain, Black Panther's medicine asks you to go for it. Do not seek immediate gratification. Remember, the result may take time to unravel, but taking the risk to do what is best for you will always yield positive results. Allow. That's a big part of the message, right? To allow our blessings to come in and realizing that they don't have to be packaged in a way that we feel is best. The universe is conspiring to support us. They are conspiring in our favor. And if we can allow these things to unfold with the magic that they are created through, then we can have a really magical and miraculous life. We can live in synchronicity. We can live in the trust that things are constantly working out for us. And they want to come in the most joyous, beautiful, and obvious ways and quickly. The idea that we need to suffer to receive our blessings is an old idea that keeps us asleep. And I'm asking that you really take note of that and release it if it no longer serves. Understand that your experience can be fruitful and it can be beautiful and it can be done with ease. So the next two cards are You Are More and The Illusion, which I think are kind of perfect, because I can say from my experience that I was convinced that I was this small. And though I may have chosen a small vessel this time around, energetically, we are anything but small. And we are so powerful. And there are many things in place that have disconnected us from our power. And it's okay. Everything happens perfectly. So at that time, we were meant to have these experiences and feel how we felt so that we could return to who we are. We could remember that we are bigger than we've been told. And you can feel in your inner being. If you allow yourself to connect with your inner light, you will feel how powerful you are. And your power allows you to do so many amazing things. And it begins by trusting and loving yourself and loving the divine source that we all come from, and realizing that it's okay to love yourself and your neighbor because we're all family. And I think I'll read, we'll do The Illusion first. I don't remember which one I pulled, but the number is 13. Let's see. And the woodpecker, just in passing, I don't know if you saw the message from yesterday, but there was a woodpecker, and there was a lot of messages of knocking and asking for assistance. And it was really a theme throughout the day that I noticed, being able to ask for help and ask for support, because the help is there. Our guides, and there are so many guides, and they're here with us, and they are always ready to help. It's not like in our human experience, we often feel scared to ask for help because we have this idea that if I do for you, then you need to do for me, and we have to keep doing this back and forth. But really, there is meant to be a flow, and it's meant to be a loving experience, and we need to cut these cords of expectation. And when we give freely, we understand that we are blessing someone's experience, that we are pouring love and pouring into another's hopes and dreams in whatever ways we can. So this is just a reminder really quick, because I was passing by this and I saw the woodpecker. But knock and ask for assistance. Ask for your blessings to come in. Ask for your guides to be there to show you the best way. I just want to move this over here. Ask them to be with you, and to be with you in every step of your day, in every step of this experience, to help you be a more loving, more peaceful, more balanced being of the light that you are. Okay, so let's see. Okay. Why do you have a mad face? Because you have been trapped. In this card, we see a harpoon searching the sea for a dangerous shark that appears only in your mind's eye. Phantom Shark is a direct message for you today. Your current fear, worry, or insecurity is all an illusion. You tricked yourself into hunting for a thing that doesn't even exist. By putting so much attention and effort into combating or avoiding what you are afraid of, you are simultaneously engaging and fueling it. Most fears, quite literally, exist only in our minds. When you feel small, insecure, or controlled by fear, that is not your true self. That is your programmed self, ruled by the limbic system, ego, past traumas, and the false marketing that always shames us into not feeling good enough. This illusion will tell you that you are not worthy, make you feel scared, keep you with someone who treats you poorly, and make you feel the need to compete with and be better than others. The challenge lies in how powerfully real this illusion appears. It colors every aspect of your reality like a cloud of thick gray smoke. While you cannot always avoid being caught in the smoke, you can recognize when you are in it. This is the most important part of seeing clearly. You must first understand that you are in an illusion before you can escape it. The more you become cognitively aware of the smoke, the less power it has over you. Right now, Shark's medicine for you is to understand that whatever currently brings you fear is not actually the truth. You are safe and everything is going to work itself out. Do not make big decisions when the gray smoke is visiting. Soon you will see clearly. Okay, so use your discerning eye. Connect and engage with your intuition daily so that you may build trust with self. And when you do see the smoke, when you're in the smoke, you are able to help clear it from your face and to allow yourself to awaken a bit and to say, I see. This old system of oppression and control is no longer keeping us in the same boxes that we were once held in. And I can see that I am being sold a message of fear. And in that, I realize that I am powerful and I can disengage from that message. Anything that pulls us away from the energy of love is an illusion, is something that is meant to keep us in hate, is meant to keep us in fear, is meant to keep us disconnected from ourselves. And the last one that I want to read is You Are More. I feel sleepy. Okay. Eagle flies high, able to soar at altitudes of up to 10,000 feet. His relationship is close to the sun and brings a message about the light you shine. When Eagle flies into your card reading, he speaks of your noble destiny. You are a light bringer, and you are created to shine in order to not only heal yourself, but also humanity. Eagle says that being a light bringer is a lofty and honorable duty, but it does not come without carrying the weight of the world. Often as a light bringer, you have a deep relationship with pain, but this was necessary for you to be able to shine so within the darkness. You have the ability to feel on deep levels and cannot endure the suffering of the world and its creatures. Your cries for injustice might often fall on deaf ears, but you are meant to endure your pain and transmute it into light so that you can illuminate the world. Illuminate the world. Understand that you have a profound gift and your existence is a part of humanity's evolution to achieve its greatest potential, world peace. So again, with the energy of peace. Your light heals, brings love, and dissolves suffering. Your light is who you are, and you must embrace your greatness and step into yourself to shine fully. You must do all the self-work to remove the veils of ego from your heart so that you can fully be your highest self and allow the light of love to heal humanity. You must honor your body and take care of it. You must do the psychological work to deprogram all of your toxic beliefs. You must independently investigate your spiritual existence and your relationship with the great mystery. Please take this message with urgency and honor your gift. To receive Eagle is a privilege. His medicine asks you to respect your greatness. You are a servant of the light. If you're engaged with messages like these, not just me, but with other creators, if you're receiving your own messages like this, as a direct channel, you're feeling the peaceful energies coming through, you're feeling your light engage, then you know you're here to shine brightly. You're here to pour into yourself and to love self, so that your light and your love just blesses everyone that you're in contact with, that sees you, that experiences you, that is lucky enough to be in your space. And this is something that we can share with this entire planet, past the stars, in all dimensions, in every space. We can touch those spaces with our love and the light that we carry within. And we honor the darkness that we carry within as well. We honor it and we allow it to come up, to be seen, and we ask how it can serve us. How can we transmute this in a way that we can bring more peace to this planet that we are all sharing? This was a big message, and it might have been all over the place, but I feel that it really is a great reminder that big things are happening in ways that we can't even imagine, in ways that we just can't understand, because we are seeing through our 3D filter. We are limited on what we believe is possible. And with that, I just ask you to open it up, to dream bigger, to just allow yourself to feel the excitement of a world that is peaceful, where your needs are taken care of, where your neighbor is taken care of, where no one is suffering in the way that we are experiencing now. And then we honor those that are meant to remain in duality, that are still in lesson, that are still experiencing the dense energies for whatever their soul has asked to experience, whatever their soul has asked to learn. I love you, and I just shared this with a friend, but I had a plate of fruit, and there is fruit on, like, art on my plate, and it's more fruit. And everything that we have been working for, that we have worked towards to create more love, is happening now. Our fruits are ready, and all we have to do is just stand in our light and share it. Stand in your light and let it be seen by others in whatever way possible. I love you, and I'm really excited to be here with you and in this experience to create this new earth. And I love you, and I will see you later. Bye.